The T-minus 1 minute mark. T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 1 minute and counting. Now in the final minute of our countdown. At the 30-second mark, swing arm number 1 will retract. T-minus 50 seconds. As we pass the T-minus 50-second mark, the power transfer takes place. First stage, second stage, third stage, and the instrument unit going to internal power. T-minus 37 seconds, and our count continues to go well. We'll be looking for an ignition of those 5 first stage engines at the T-minus 8.9 second mark. We've passed T-minus 30, T-minus 25 seconds and counting, and Apollo 13 is go. T-minus 20 seconds, T-minus 20 seconds and counting. 17, guidance release, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13.
Hi, and welcome back to the Home Service Rocket podcast, where we dive into real, effective strategies to grow your home service companies. I'm Ryan Schrader, and I want to thank you for being part of this awesome community. The best way that you can support us and help extend our reach to even more home service pros is by watching every video, hitting that like button, and leaving a comment wherever you happen to be tuning in. So on this episode, we're going to talk about how to stop losing referrals and repeat customers and start driving even more phone calls from potential customers in your area. So let's jump right in. Really, this all starts with, are you ranking for the name of your company? Are you showing up when somebody in your local area types in the name of your company? But that's just the beginning, right? That is just where we're starting to make sure that you are getting in front of those people who know your name, who are looking to talk to you. So we're going to just jump right in and start. Do you rank for the name of your company? So let's start there. If you are, whether you use Safari or Chrome or whatever that is, pull up Google, type in the name of your company. Do you show up? That is really the beginning point. So if you're not, what is that costing you? What does that even mean? I know a lot of companies that I talk to don't even realize the opportunity cost there. So you're losing direct searches. So that means somebody knows the name of your company, is trying to find you, and they aren't. As you can imagine, that means they're probably going to type in, if you're a roofing company, all right, roofers near me then. And they're going to go to the first person that comes up there. It's very unlikely if you're not showing up for the name of your company, that you're showing up for any of those additional searches. You're going to lose brand authority because they can't find you. That's free website traffic, essentially. That is guaranteed traffic to your site, which Google loves. If some people are going to your site, then they're going to say, all right, this is valuable to those people. Let me show this to more people. Let's get this company in front of more people. But that's not happening. You're going to lose your competitive edge. If you're not showing up for the name of your company in your area, likely a competitor is. And it's going to hurt your reputation. Maybe it's a past customer that's looking to leave you a review. They're not going to find you. They're not going to be able to leave that review. Those are definitely, those are all factors that are going to significantly negatively impact your company online and lose you business. So what's the alternative then? If you do show up for your name of your company to start, what does that get you? Well, it's going to get you more brand recognition and trust. When somebody sees the name of your company, if they are a referral or a repeat customer, maybe they just saw your truck and they want to type in the name of your company. When you come up, that is going to build trust in who you are and build authority that, okay, this is a prominent person in my community. This is a prominent company that helps people in my community. The best thing about that is it's high intent traffic. If somebody is looking for your company, it's probably because they want to do business with you. It's probably because they need your help. So we call that high intent. They are and they're intentionally searching for you because they have a need. So those are really, really good prospects. Those are really, really good people you want to be talking to. And it's going to enhance your online presence. It's going to tell Google that, you're moving in the right direction. It's going to help you get more reviews. It's going to help you get more referrals, all of those things. So that is what can happen when you actually show up for the name of your company. So how can you check this? Other than just typing that in, maybe you've been to your website. So sometimes those search results of just typing that in your computer aren't going to give you the most accurate results of what your potential customers and those people in your territory are seeing. So the easiest way is to conduct some private or incognito searches in your browser. Those will eliminate your history. Those are going to show you what likely other people are seeing when they search for the name of your company in your area. So that gives you a much better idea than just if you were sitting in your office and didn't do a private search. But there's a lot of other tools we should be using to just make sure we're checking all of Google's boxes, that we're doing the basics to make sure you're showing up. So there's third-party tools. Some of them out there are free. Some of them have a slight cost. Some of the names are Ubersuggest or SEMrush. Those tools can help you evaluate your site, let you know if you're meeting all those criteria that Google wants to see to number one rank for the name of your company, but also move beyond that. We'll talk more about that in a second. You can obviously, there's a lot of Google tools you could use as well, utilizing your Google My Business or Google Business Profile, as they call it now, to see, what is that traffic coming to your company. If you're showing up for the name of your company, likely that's accompanied by your Google Business Profile there with your reviews and things. So we can use that as a metric to make sure that we aren't seeing a decrease in traffic, a decrease in calls, that we're moving things in the right direction there. Also, Google Search Console. This is, this encompasses analytics. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of Google Analytics. So Google Search Console is another place we can be really making sure that we're moving in the right direction in Google's eyes, and also tracking those metrics and statistics to make sure we're not moving in the wrong direction. There's also local listing platforms to check, make sure that your business name and your location and things are all correct across the internet. So those names, a couple of those are Bright Local, Moz Local. Those are tools that you can be using to just make sure that everything is accurate across the internet. That's also going to make sure you show up when people are looking for the name of your company and they're finding accurate information. So very important. But why isn't that enough? Why isn't it enough just to show up for the name of your company? That's going to get you business. Well, the short answer is because most of your market, most of the people in the territory that you can serve don't even know you exist. They don't know the name of your company. They know that they have a need. If you're a roofer, maybe they need a roof repair or a roof replacement, but they don't necessarily know that ABC Roofing Company is the best person in their area to help them with that. So that brings us to another topic of branded versus unbranded searches. So when somebody's looking for the name of your company, we call that a branded search. So they're looking for something related to your company. But unbranded searches are when somebody isn't looking for a company, they're just looking to fill their need. And those are the kind of search terms that, in addition to showing up when people are looking for you specifically, that if you can get in front of those customers for contractor, ex-contractor near me, a service you provide, those are going to bring in new customers, people who don't know you exist, and help you grow your customer base, steal some of that market share from your competition so that you can grow your company. So why do we want to focus on unbranded keywords? What is the benefit of that? A little bit deeper. So we're going to reach a much wider audience. We're going to reach those people in your area that are looking for what you do. Again, this is another form, another way to get high intent traffic. If I'm looking for a roof repair on Google, it's probably because I have a roof leak and I want to get that fixed. If I'm looking for drain cleaning on Google, it's probably because I have a drain that's backed up that I couldn't fix and I need a professional. So when those people are searching for those key terms, they have an intention to find somebody that can help them with their problem. So if you show up, you're going to get that opportunity to do just that. It's going to improve your market position against your competitors. That's huge. We know that with the current economy, our market's not growing a whole heck of a lot. So the best way, the one way that you are going to have to grow your business is to steal some of that market share from your competition. We need to get in front of them in ways that are going to get you those phone calls and not them. And we're going to build authority and build awareness for your company. Because when you're showing up in those searches, when somebody is doing the research, maybe for a larger project, and you show up in multiple searches, and then they search the name of your company, and it reinforces everything that they've seen, and they see your reviews. That's going to build awareness, build authority in your company as the expert that can help them with their problem. So those are just a few of the benefits of focusing on some of those additional searches, those additional keywords that you can help your territory with. What are some examples of unbranded high intent keywords? So we're taking a look at the roofing industry here, but can be extrapolated to almost any industry. So here we have roofing companies, and you'll see near me on a lot of these. The one thing to remember about home services is that if somebody's searching roofing companies, Google's smart. They know they're not looking for a roofing company 500 miles away. They want somebody nearby. So Google will essentially automatically append that near me on the end of a lot of home service searches. So if they're looking for roofing companies or roofers or roof repair, in Google's eyes, they might as well have typed in that near me. So if they're typing in roofing companies or plumbing companies or anything like that in your territory, we want to be showing up for that. Roofers near me, actual products. So metal roofing contractors, those kinds of things are going to get you in front of people that are looking for somebody to put a metal roof on their house. Roof repair, roof leak repair, roof replacement. The one thing to remember here is the competitive nature of these keywords as well. It's going to be harder to rank for roofing companies near me or roofing companies in general than it is for roof leak repair. The deeper we get into some of those keywords, the easier it's going to be to rank. But also, if somebody's typing in a longer keyword, a longer phrase to find what they need, a lot of times that's because they're getting really specific and they need that service. Again, the high intention of that search. So it's not just about ranking for the roofing companies near me, but a lot of those smaller, more specific services that you provide can really drive some valuable traffic. And while it's not going to drive you 1,000 phone calls every month, if you can get 20 phone calls for one of your primary services from a lot of people who are really interested in hiring you for that and looking for somebody who can help them, that's a great way to grow your business and steal some of that market share. So how can you start getting your business to rank on Google for unbranded searches that don't include the name of your company? Well, with Google's new updates, that's changed a little bit, and we know what they want to see from us. Not specifically, they're not giving us a cheat sheet or anything, but we know what's important to them based on what we've seen and how we've seen rankings change over the last month. So number one, if you're going to spend any time on SEO, you need to have a website, and it needs to be fast, easy to use, and it needs to be mobile friendly, which means it looks really good on a phone, looks just as good on a phone as it does on a computer or a tablet. It's really about making it the best experience for people, no matter how they're finding your website. So that website is going to be imperative now going forward. That's going to be tied to all your Google tools, to your Google business profile listing. And that brings us to our second point, which is optimizing your Google business profile. That's going to be huge. Make sure it lists your primary services, your secondary services, your address, if you have a specific office that people can come see your business at. If not, then you'll have to have a location or a service area business, which can encompass your entire service area. If that's an entire city or a couple cities, it's going to allow you to kind of show that that's what you serve. If you do have an office location that's dedicated that a potential customer can come visit you at, these are all key points that Google wants to see. We wouldn't want to use no PO boxes, no virtual offices, no residential addresses. Those are all big no-nos in Google's eyes. And if you do that, there's a high possibility that your Google business profile will be essentially banned and unlisted, and you won't be able to be found. So we don't want to do any of those things that are not completely approved by Google. So optimizing that Google business profile is going to be very important. Linking it to your website, making sure it has a phone number that people can contact you at. There's posting that can be done to that. There's a lot of things that we can be doing, but that initial optimization is going to be really important. Creating website content. This needs to be happening on a weekly basis, ideally, that answers questions and talks about things that are valuable to your customer base. So, if you're a roofer and it's spring, maybe there's a list of 10 things that we need to look at in your area that, will cause leaks, or places to look for potential problems. Frequently asked questions are a huge way to find content that you can be writing about. Another resource is Ask the Public. So this is if you type that into Google, it's a resource where you can find questions that people are asking about roofing, about your industry in your area as well. So we need to be creating content that's valuable to your industry. It's not just about having, a location and a service all over your website on every page anymore. It really has to be valuable. That's still a factor, but it needs to be in addition to providing value to your market. The next thing you'll see, creating location and service-based website content. So absolutely, listing your location, your primary location, those secondary locations that you serve, listing, having content for all the services that you provide. That's also a very important factor. And then building backlinks. We can do this a lot of different ways, and citations from local sources. If you have a chamber of commerce or other networking groups or industry groups in your area, backlinks can also come from your social media. They can come from your Google business profile. They can come from partner sites or even competitor sites. If you have a partner in the area that's similar to your industry, or maybe it's a different home service company, if you guys can post content on each other's websites and link that back to yours, that's going to help you both build those backlinks, build those citations. It's basically like a little referral to Google to say, hey, this is a good website, this is a good company, and it's just going to move us up that ranking. So those are just some of the things we can be doing to stop losing referral business, stop losing repeat customers to our competitors. But on top of that, start taking some of that market share. Let's look at how our companies are ranking on Google, and let's really evaluate what are some of the things we can be doing to not rank for every keyword number one in your area, but what is that service? What is that location that you want to be doing that's going to help drive your business forward that extra 10%? And then we can continue to grow that from there. So drop your questions in the comments. I look forward to seeing those, and looking forward to help whatever way I can. And thank you again for joining us here on this episode of the Home Service Rocket podcast. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Dada.
We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13.